If there is a competition for God today in the world, I would say that is stress. Stress has become almost synonymous to God. It's omnipresent. Everywhere you can find stress. Now, what really stress is? Too much to do, too little time, and no energy. Right? You agree with me? We have a lot to do, and we don't have much time. In a short time, we have to do a lot, but there is not energy. And this causes stress. Now, how to get rid of it? Either reduce the workload, which doesn't appear to be a possibility these days, increase the time, which we cannot do anyway, it's fixed, unless we go to another planet somewhere. The only option we are left with is to increase the energy level within us. So when we have enough energy and enthusiasm, we are able to face any challenges and handle any challenges. This is one aspect of yoga way, is to provide us tools and techniques to live a stress-free life, tension-free life. On the other hand, yoga is also the greatest wealth of humankind, I would say. Because what is wealth? Wealth is that brings us comfort. The purpose of wealth is to bring happiness and comfort, isn't it? If wealth doesn't succeed in achieving this goal of bringing comfort to human psyche, human life, I wouldn't call it wealth. And yoga is wealth in that sense. It brings absolute comfort. A violence-free society, disease-free body, confusion-free mind, inhibition-free intellect, trauma-free memory, and a sorrow-free soul is the birthright of every individual. And the parliaments world over are striving to achieve this goal of human existence, that's happiness. Isn't it? We all want happiness for our people. And yoga is the way for that much needed happiness factor in life. Here again, yoga, we think it's some sort of exercise. In the 80s and 90s, when I would tour Europe, yoga is not a subject or thing of mainstream society at all. Someone who is not the mainstream, who is somewhere out there, would practice yoga. Yoga was considered to be some exercise, very hard exercise, standing on the nails or in one leg. The whole concept of yoga was very weird. It was a stuff of a weird peep. I'm glad today there is awakening. People have recognized the importance of yoga. World over, yoga has become synonymous with relaxation, happiness, or a creative mind. Even big companies in advertisement, they put people sitting in a yoga position in meditation pose to depict the inner peace one has. That's a very welcome move. But one thing I would like to remind you, whether we like it or not, we are all born yogis. You don't need a yoga teacher if you observe a baby anywhere in the world from the age of 3 months to the age of 3 years. The baby does all the yoga postures, the breathing, the way they sleep, the way they smile, everything is yoga. Right? Baby is a yoga teacher. And see, a baby is a yogi. And that's how baby is stress-free. There is happiness, A baby smiles 400 times a day. And purpose of yoga is to put a smile on you. In spite of all the stress and tension or situations that we are put in our day-to-day life. Now, the benefits of yoga are multifold. There are many, many benefits. Number one, health benefits. Second is it changes the behavior of a person, because behavior depends on the stress level in a person. It creates a friendly disposition and a very pleasant atmosphere on people. In fact, we convey a lot through our presence, our vibes. And yoga helps to improve our vibes. Do you see what I'm saying? You see, we convey more than words, we convey through our presence, our vibrations. I would like to give you an example. See, you can notice this clear difference when someone close to you tells you, have a nice day, and the air hostess greeting you, have a nice day. When you get off the plane, air hostess greet you, have a nice day. They really don't mean it. But the same words, when it comes to you from a kid or a kin or a very close friend, it carries certain vibes. So, speaking in terms of quantum physics, we're all emitting vibes or wavelengths. We often say our wavelengths don't match. When communication breaks down, this is what we are used to saying. Our wavelengths don't match. Because our ability to communicate depends on our ability to receive communication from others. Here, yoga helps us to have that clear mind. Another issue that we face in society today is prejudice. All type of prejudice. Prejudice with religion, race, gender, class, and educational status, financial status. All these different type of prejudice has clogged the mind of men, and that's how conflicts arise in society, what we see all around us. And yoga helps us to reach out and resolve this conflict created by prejudice. So it spontaneously and naturally makes our mind free from prejudice. I'd like to quote a simple or an incident that happened a few years ago in Ivory Coast. There was polarization between two villages with people of two different religions, chased out the other religion from their town. Just one of our volunteer going to them, talking to them, taught them a little like relaxation, meditation, and brought the people from both villages together to shake hands. And you'd see, you have also seen some of their experiences, how they could break that barrier or the prejudice in the mind and shake hands with people who are different than us. And I think this is very much needed in the world today. Then, coming to the other aspect of developing skills within oneself. The propounder of yoga has said, Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. In Gita, Shri Lord Krishna had said, yoga is skill in action. Yoga is not just an exercise. It is how skillfully you can communicate and how skillfully you can act in any given situation. This is again is yoga. And I don't think anyone here would say we don't want skills. Anyone here would say we don't want innovation. Innovation, intuition, skills, and better communication. All these are side effects of yoga. I won't even say the main effects, they're side effects of yoga. These things come to us naturally. Having said that, does yoga conflict with any of our belief system? I believe in a particular religion or particular philosophy, or I follow a particular political thought line. Does it conflict? I would say not at all. Because yoga always promotes harmony in diversity. It encourages diversity. The word yoga itself means uniting all diverse aspects of existence, of life. Now, whether someone is a businessman or a public figure or private individual, you want peace, you want to smile, you want to be happy. And this happiness can only happen when we look into the root cause of it, of unhappiness. And unhappiness is because lack of vision, stress, tension. So again, European Union have been talking quite a bit about also GDH. I suppose from GDP we are moving towards GDH, gross domestic happiness. And here is something that can aid that. Aid can be a very, very useful tool. A large percentage of this of our population today is suffering from depression, and just popping a Prozac and other antidepressant is not going to help in the long run. We need something that's so natural as our breath, that we can use and elevate our spirit and feel that much needed happiness, the pursuit of happiness with everybody is so after. When we are happy, what is our experience? What is our feeling? I just want to ask you a question. When you're happy, what is that you feel? Have you noticed a sense of expansion within you? Suppose you're complimented, or you accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. You find there is something in you expanding. At the same time, when we face a failure or when someone insults us, what happens in us? There is something in us that shrinks. So, yoga is putting our attention to this something in us that seems to be expanding when we are happy and crushing or contracting when we feel unhappy. Often we feel helpless about our negative emotions, because neither in school nor at home anyone teaches us how to handle our negative emotion, right? If you are upset, you remain upset to wait for time to heal you. Yoga has the secret to turn this state of mind. It makes you so independent, empowers you to feel the way you want to feel at any time, instead of being a victim of your own feelings. In our experience in teaching in prisons around the world with 500,000 people, this is what we have found. Every culprit says he is a victim of something around him. See, when we heal the victim in him, the culprit disappears. And breath, as simple as breath, can do this job for us. We just need to learn how to breathe in different rhythms, in different patterns, and eliminate those traumas, those strong impressions in the mind, or the pain and suffering we have been carrying in our heart. Again, the propounder of yoga, Patanjali, said, he enunciated the purpose of yoga. He said, Heyam dukkha managatam. The purpose of yoga is to stop the misery before it comes.
Sit back, relaxed in your chair. Breathe normally. Inhale and gently turn your head to the right. Slowly come back to the center and turn to the other side. Repeat this a few times with calm and relaxed breathing. Inhale, drop your head to the right. Feel the stretch on the left side of your neck muscles. Come back to the center. Continue the same to the left. Repeat it a few times. Feel the stretch in your neck muscles. Slowly come back to the center. Inhale and drop your head back. Gaze at the ceiling. Feel the stretch in your throat. Exhale, drop your head in front, chin to the chest. Slowly lift your head up. Look up. Exhale, bring your head down. Now inhale and rotate your head clockwise. Make a round circle, moving your head around the neck. Repeat a few times. Do the same anti-clockwise. Now inhale and raise your shoulders and drop them back slowly in a circular motion. Repeat a few times. Now reverse the movement. Rotate your shoulders from back to the front. Repeat a few times. Inhale, stretch your arms out in front, palms open, fingers apart. Make a fist. Now repeat. Hold your fist, rotate in synchronized rotations. Do it a few times. Now repeat the other way. Breathe normally. Bring your arms down. Place your palms on your knees. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, drop the leg. Do it a few times. Bring your leg up and stop. Rotate your feet around your ankle. Make a circle with your toes, clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Repeat it with your left leg. The rush of blood to your ankle and knee joints make your legs feel relaxed. Interlace your fingers and stretch your arms towards the ceiling. Keep pushing up. Feel the stretch in the spine. Bring your arms down by your side. Now hold the left arm of your chair with both your hands. Now repeat on the other side. Look back all the way. Slowly come back to the center. Now hold the right arm of the chair with the left hand and raise your right hand towards the ceiling. Drop your upper body towards your left and come back to the center. Now repeat this on the other side. Take a few breaths. Feel the stretch. Slowly come back to the center. Sit a little forward. Put your hands behind the chair and hold the backrest. Take the support of the chair and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Drop your head back. Slowly come back to normal sitting position. Breathe. Turn around and enjoy your work.
Yoga and what they suggest to others on yoga. What are their views? So I welcome each one of you to listen to them. So the first guest of our panel, I like to introduce Dr. Nida Mohammed Ali Wadi. So I like to request Dr. Nida, if you can unmute yourself. Yeah, are you able to? Yes.
Yeah.
So,
hello, everybody.
Hello, I like to introduce Dr. Nida. She is faculty at National University of Science and Technology. She handles pharmaceutical biology and pharmaceutical technology. Am I right, Dr. Nida?
Yes, exactly.
Fine.
Yes.
So you are on the speaker view, Dr. Nida. So I just want to ask you that you are working in a very high responsibility job of teaching students, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so
yes.
see,
yes.
Now there is two kinds of life before COVID and after COVID, and during COVID also. So before
Yes,
COVID,
exactly.
as well, you with the students, it was physical classes. So how different it is before and after or during? So what is your opinion? Is it more easy? It's easier, or the physical classrooms were easier? So what all changes did you find?
Now, first of all, hello everybody, and thank you very much for the organizing to give me this opportunity to be in this webinar and to have this good opportunity to meet such a wonderful panelist. Now, to start with my professional as academic before and after COVID, it's a big difference. Before the COVID, we have a student, we have a class, and we have face-to-face with the student, which is very easy to transfer your knowledge to the student. And the student will be interact personally. If they have any doubt, if they want to explain more, they will come to your office, or they can ask questions during the class. And the student by himself, he understands his inquiry. Moreover, that even the examination, even for example, what we have assignment, everything will become easy, and you will find that it is more fair for the student to take such evaluations. And now coming to the after or during COVID, the situation different. Now we have to teach online. And you know, it is a new technology for us. So first of all, we have to learn the new technology. And this is a big challenge for us, big challenge to learn. And we have to, at the same time, to be sure that the student understands you. So also it is a big challenge for the student. So the student and the lecturer face a big problem. But what to do? We have to continue, and we have the life should be continued, and we have to give our lecture. But thank God, we have a good administrations which keep us in the right track. They make everything available for example, software to contact with the student, make it so easy, and there's no interruptions. That's why our delivery for the lectures in online was successful.
Great.
What we face only the problem only in the examinations, online examination. Here in online examination, you know, it is, you can't trust 100%. So during this, the college make a lot of webinar with different countries outside. We make, for example, like here from Australia, from US, from UK, they are experienced how they run the assessment of the student online in addition on the exam. And we get a benefit. And we try to apply it here. And we succeed. At the end, we found that students get their knowledge important in this.
Now, thanks. Very nice to hear, Dr. Nida. Dr. Nida, one thing. So lots of work increase and of course stress increase, right? So how you coped with it? I'm sure before COVID also you have faced different challenges. So how do you cope with the new challenges at workplace?
You know, when you are in a challenge, in your life, not only in teachings, not only in COVID, you have to peace your mind. You have to give a priority. You have to teach yourself, you have to manage in order to keep on. So we can't, for example, say, no, this is a difficult thing, I can't manage. No, you have to cope for this, that this is the time, we have to change the styles, we have to keep, sometimes for learning new technology, we have to keep sometimes to understand the student. We repeat the lectures, for example, 3 times until the student understand. So this is a new challenge. So we have to adjust ourselves.
So how you manage your mind?
Timing and the mind. For the mind, of course, yoga. Yoga play very important things in this case, because I have a lot of experience before COVID, how to set my mind when I have a lot of things to settle. As I have a cupboard with a lot of things, I can't take what I want, so I have to make it organized in order to easy take it. This is so making a list, make a priority.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Dr. Nida. It's really lovely. So now I would like to introduce Mr. Rajiv Arora. Yeah, Mr. Rajiv Arora, you can unmute yourself. Hi. So Mr. Rajiv Arora, I know him. He's an insurance professional for over 33 years, and he has worked in India and Middle East, lived in Oman for about 18 years, and presently he is CEO of UK-based insurance and reinsurance consultancy group, Houghton. So Mr. Rajiv, it's like it's a life that I know you are a yoga practitioner since long, and how it has helped you as a professional before, during, you know, how it has helped you to excel as a personal capacity and of course as a professional, and what you suggest, how you manage your team.
Okay, thank you, Mawa. So let me begin. You see, I was introduced to yoga about 15 years back, and there was a certain circumstances in my work life about 10 years back when the company I was working for in Oman was going through a merger situation, and you can understand in any merger and acquisitions, there are a lot of stress for senior people, whether you'll have your job or not. You know, you have to work extra hours, long working hours. And since I knew yoga, I started practicing it more regularly and religiously. And what I realized that, you know, it helped me tremendously in maintaining my calm, my composure, and it helped me to deal with the situation much more comfortably. And since then, this is about 10 years back, and I have been practicing it. It's become part of my life.
That's very
Second
nice.
instance I will give you, last year I had a major accidental injury, and I was operated upon twice, and believe me, it was quite a difficult situation. But again, those yoga techniques, the pranayams, the meditation which I do along with yoga, I mean, has helped me to come out of it very quickly. you know so these are the two personal, examples of my life where I have felt that, while, life is full of ups and downs, whatever is going to happen is to happen. But what I have realized is that the techniques, the exercises, that helps an individual to face that situation with much more comfort and ease. And coming to your question, yeah, sorry, yeah.
I just wanted
So
to
these
ask you
are
one thing. Uh, in COVID, what changed in your workplace?
okay. So, COVID was something which nobody had planned. Like, I worked in many global companies, and we always do 1 year plan, 3 year plans, 5 year plans. And this was one situation where in 3 months, you were clueless. You were clueless. So how yoga helped me was that, first of all, I introduced all my key managers to do, the basic happiness program, what we do in Art of Living, which includes yoga meditations. So my team was equipped to handle it. And then work from home situation is not easy, because for literally for 2 months we were all working from home. So the practices of yoga, doing exercises, the desktop yoga what we have,
Yeah,
I mean, so every I prepared a guideline for the staff that every 2 to 3 hours, you get up from your desk, do some walking within your home, just outside in the courtyard, do some uh, stretching exercises, which because otherwise working from a single room with nobody to talk to or nobody to face to can be quite daunting and quite
I
frustrating also.
you're
So
correct.
I would say again, these practices, helped us manage the situation better. I mean, we can't change the situation. I mean, that's life. And secondly, we don't know how long this is going to continue.
Right,
So
right.
all these small things, the pranayams, I'm a big fan of this, that 12 posture,
Surya Namaskar.
Surya Namaskar. Unfortunately, I have not been able to do because of my injury. I'm just waiting, to be that 100% fit. But
Yeah,
believe me, from my personal experience, uh, most of us work in quite high pressure jobs in the Middle East, whether you are in the medical professional or service industry or accounting field, the pressures you have, the
right.
long working hours. So these tools like yoga, meditation, at the end of the day gives a very good sleep.
Very, very
That's what I
handy,
believe.
handy tools are there.
Yes,
Thank you,
definitely.
Mr. Rajiv. I really appreciate for all your wonderful views and your care for your own employees. So
You are very
I like to invite Miss Rosa right now. Miss Rosa, you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Hi. So, Miss Roser, I like to introduce Miss Roser. Um, she is born in Barcelona, Spain, and in Oman since 2007. She's Bachelor in Economics, CEO of Desert Rose Diamond in Oman, wholesale distributor of coffee in Oman, and started practicing yoga 8 years back in Oman. So, Miss Roser, very beautiful profile. I know where to reach for a coffee, even during COVID period. So, Miss Roser, like 8 years of yoga practice, and what made you practice yoga? See, you were a full-fledged professional, you had everything in life, but what actually brought you to yoga?
Well, I've been always through all kind of sports. I'm a sport person. I'm a swimmer, so I've been always in touch with all sports. But 10 years back, I was facing some troubles personally in my life. So I was a little bit depressed, and I had a very good friend. I have still, which she introduced me to yoga. She was coming daily at home just to teach me and doing together yoga. So from that experience, I couldn't stop actually. So since then, I'm practicing yoga, and I keep learning with you guys, with the Art of Living, for example, and just increasing my practice at home, and well, just moving forward. Yes, but
Super.
yoga actually was a big help and a big difference, just to have peace in mind, to know my path, where I was, where I wanted to be, and to be stronger. So it's I'm really helpful for that. Yes.
That's fascinating to know. And during COVID, what is the change in lifestyle, Ms. Roser, and how you're coping with it?
Well, actually, COVID is teaching us how to live in another way. I think we are going to learn, all of us, a lot of things. We are able to do so many things we didn't know, like doing this kind of things, the webinars, and to work from home. All of us, we've been facing a lot of, let's say, trouble or new situations, and we have to deal with that. COVID is going to stay with us like the flu, let's say. So we have to learn how to cohabitate with it. Hopefully the doctors will be agree with me, and it's going to be part of our lives. So we have to learn how to deal with it at work, personally, and dealing with people. So it's going to change a lot of things. Hopefully we'll be learning from it. Yeah.
And you have learned Art of Living techniques also, Sudarshan Kriya, which you practice, and uh,
Yeah, I did so many courses with you. So yes, I've been learning. And these days actually we are working from home mostly. So it gives you another range of timing to organize yourself in another way. So it's quite easy to find the moment to do your practice. Yes.
thanks. Thanks, Ms. Rosa, for the wonderful insight. And now I would like to ask Ms. Ines to unmute herself. Hello, Ms. Ines.
Hello, Mahua.
How are you? So Miss Ines Faraj, she is basically from Lebanon, and she's a graphic designer and creative director, a very creative person. She is AAS in advertising design, and she has so much of work experience as a creative and artistic designer, art and creative director, marketing coordinator, and I can go on. And in Oman, she's there since last 8 years, and she has a yoga experience of 15 years. That's quite nice. So, Ines, what brought yoga in your life, and how you can relate that yoga can go with your workplace? You know, how you think that as a professional you can manage yoga in your professional life also, because you know what I heard, that many people say that I am working, I don't have time for yoga, etc., etc. So what you have to say to them?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. First, 15 years ago, I was working in a TV in Dubai, and you know how stressful it is. So I was looking for a book for stress relief, and I got a book of yoga, and I started to learn about yoga, and really it changed my life. I became more happy. I became more creative. Especially, I used to do this trick. I used to do my yoga session in my lunch break. So I got my energy back afternoon. So it was really excellent for me. And really it get me in, like, I could set my mind on when I have a project, you know, and in art, you work day and night. You don't have time to sleep. You don't have time to have fun, to smile. You are always stressed out because you have a deadline. You are working, you're living for this deadline. But yoga taught me to relax, taught me to love my life more than my work, and to have time to me and to my work. So it really changed my life. And after that, I was so lucky to meet Art of Living in Oman. And I did the happiness course. And because 2 years after I got in Art of Living, and I started to do the pranayama and the meditation. Usually I used to meditate before even. I got the special course in India. I got cancer, and the pranayama and the meditation, especially the meditation and pranayama, gave me the energy and the power to beat this cancer. I can say it proudly,
That's very
really.
good.
And especially the pranayama during the treatment, the radiotherapy, it helped me a lot to keep on and to keep my body strong and energetic. And for yoga and meditation, and plus the pranayama, they learn me something to keep smiling, because whenever I do any exercise of these, after that I'm smiling. And this is what my husband always tell me: you are always smiling after your exercise. Why you are always smiling? And this is true. It gives me some good feelings, some happiness feeling about my life, myself. I love myself more. So it's really interesting, and I think this is a very interesting and important part of my life, really.
So true. Thank you, Ms. Enos, for sharing your little life experiences and influence of yoga in it. And now I like to invite Dr. Barka. I'm unmuting you, Dr. Barka. You can unmute yourself
Yeah.
too from your
Yes.
end. Yeah, Dr. Barka, she specializes in pathologist working in Oman for past over 16 years, and out of which 12 years she has worked in private sector. 10 years she was with Aster Al Rafa Hospital. Yeah, Dr. Barka, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Hello.
so yeah, Dr. Barka, you are looking
Yeah.
very glowing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks
Dr.
to you.
Thanks to yoga. Dr. Barka, you are a medical professional. I will say, I have spoken to you before saying that you are the warrior now, the army, and very proud of you. So, how it is, like before, it was easy. Okay, you're going, meeting your patients and giving them the solutions, etc. But now, before and after, and during the COVID, I'll not say after, during the COVID, how easy or how difficult it is in your workplace, and of course how you manage even your family life. Little bit you can share on that, but how you really manage your workplace with so many new things. It's a new development, right, that has come up in our life. So, like to know your views on it.
Thank you for calling me over, Maua, and it is a great experience to share my experience with all my friends here. I'm basically a pathologist, so I don't have direct interaction with patients, but I'm behind the curtain. So we are in our own small knit area behind in the hospital somewhere doing some tests and all. So now what happened when we were earlier, the work stress is always there. There's a pressure of giving the reports. The patients are here. The doctors have pressure. The patients are into for their reports. But what has happened with COVID being around, now we cannot have all the patients into the hospital. There are some limitations with the Ministry of Health. We all knew that many of the private sectors also were asked to have limited OPDs for some time. So this anxiousness of the patient goes on. And in your friends, your families, and from so and so, people will ask you now what to do next. What to do next if I want to get myself tested, because they know I am at the front of testing. So if I would want to do testing, and this is more of a panic situation in many places, I would say. And we need to make them aware that it's not panic, but it's the precautions that is going to save us. we all just can't get tested, and we all just can't go hiding in. So as my friend here said, that we have to learn to live with this. This is going to be there with us for next couple of years. So what we can do is just to practice the norms that we are seeing everywhere. The Ministry of Oman is advertising, everywhere that we see WHO is telling. So what are the precautionary measures? We should take that. In case we are infected also, no need to go into a panic that it's the end of life. It's not so. I have my friends who have got infected. We know so many doctors who have got infected, healthcare workers who have got infected, but they have cured. So there is no need to go into a panic. And in my family life, I'm at one front. My husband is an anesthetist, so he's in the ICU itself with the COVID patients. So the scene is very different. So there were times that he had distanced himself from the family so that he's not in touch with the children, and we were maintaining precautions. He was in a separate room at home. But see, we are in this profession and we came here willingly, so we have to accept it. We cannot run away from it. So it's there, it's fine. We are learned to live, and it is a different scenario, and we all are new to this. This is new to all of us. We all are learning every day. We would have not learned about COVID when we were learning for our medicine or post-graduation. So we ourselves are in the learning process. We all ourselves are making up, we're making up ourselves updated to the current scenario. So that's it. It goes on.
So
taking it with a smile on.
Dr. Berka, how you manage to maintain the smile, or what you suggest? Like,
can I? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll very frankly tell, I was not really into too much of yoga very early in my life. Okay. It's only in the past maybe 6-7 years I got into art of living. And I would be very proudly to say that in my previous workplace, the HR was very, very supportive, and they got us into this yoga at workplace so that to maintain the health of the employees. Now see, yoga provides you mind and body workouts to help you heal emotionally, physically, mentally, to deal with the daily stress, to maintain our peace, to maintain our balance, to ease our stress, to keep our posture, to keep, and at the end of the day, have a good sleep. So the breathing techniques that are very important, that help us to increase our circulation, do the proper methods of inhalation and exhalation. I myself got introduced to it, very late in life, I should say. Yeah, but then meditation, it increases our serotonin level, that is the happiness hormone. So that changes the whole brain chemistry. So it improves our mind, it makes us very vibrant, it elevates our mood. So yes, it keeps your peace at one point.
Thanks, Dr. Berka. I really appreciate. I would like to invite Dr. Madhu now. Dr. Madhu, I like to unmute you and put you on spotlight. Dr. Madhu, you're there.
Yes, thank you, Mahua.
Yeah.
And,
yes. I'd like to introduce Dr. Madhu. He has a wide experience of 14 plus years with many organizations and institutions in India and abroad. Presently serving as Senior Medical Officer, Sri Sri Tattva Panchakarma Muscat, Sultanate of Oman. He aims to bring awareness to physical and mental well-being in people through profound knowledge of Ayurveda and yoga. And he holds expertise in treating major lifestyle disorders like cholesterol, diabetes, autoimmune disorders, various skin disorders, and degenerative disorders like osteoarthritis, cervical lumbar spondylitis, digestive disorders, and many, 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 many more. Yeah, so Dr. Madhu, see, we are hearing lots of work, yoga at work, etc. This is our topic. But there are so many challenges when people are coming to you, right? So how you have, I know that your clinic was not on during the, some time back. So many people have come to you from workplace with different challenges. So how Ayurveda has helped them, how it has helped them during the lockdown period, and currently, what are the things that you are able to do? So,
well, thank you, Mahua, for having us. Hello, everyone, to my fellow speakers. See, if you go back to the history, the Ayurveda and yoga always has the roots from the Vedas, the ancient scriptures, and they're always called as a sister science. Basically, the Ayurveda tells you about the science of life, but at the same time, the yoga tells you about the science of realization, the self-realization. So both will really give us the tools and techniques to handle ourselves, in the materialistically, also with very spiritual way as well. So when we say health, I'm sure that all my doctor colleagues will also agree with me that it's a holistic approach. It's not, it's not an body mind is separate. Now we are all talking about that complex of body mind spirit complexity. So all the diseases can be interlinked, right? From the psychosomatic to the immunology to everything it's a very complex combination, right? So addressing of this complex will always have challenges with the conventional reduction science. But when we really appreciate nowadays, a lot of people are gaining more the inputs with yoga and other techniques, holistic approaches. So along with the existing conventional medicine, we can definitely achieve a better quality of living. This is what has been the the highlight of the last decade, I would say, because a lot of people are showing more inclination towards this holistic approach. And it's not that just taking some tablet during the disease. They're all becoming aware of their lifestyle. They are becoming more aware of their the ill habits or tendencies. That is the one positive sign which I'm seeing in last decade of my practice. So that's really a good sign, right? And the workplace thing, what you're asking me is, it was been there, like a lot of people have been suffering with this, as I mentioned, this degenerative disorders, office work style, stress, physical stress, and also emotional stress and mental stress. Everything is a very challenging aspect. So I would really advise yoga as a part of my prescription, along with the diet and the lifestyle, because honestly, feedback which I get from my existing patients, they are the one who really motivates to me more talking on this Ayurveda and yoga in connection. Because when you really hear a person's individual experiences of telling that it is giving you a help, so that really motivates the other n number of people. So this is the situation. And now again, of course, the COVID is really a big challenge, as Dr. Barka was telling that we are also learning, we are evolving day to day. And during this time, what holds us our ground is our stability in terms of the mental peace and that positive strength.
Yeah. So, Dr.
I would
Madhu,
really suggest everybody.
Dr. Madhu, to maintain immunity at workplace, I mean, you can give one or two tips, quick tips.
Definitely, there are herbal supplements, like there is stress. We call it as a prime reason for people to get open for these infections. Okay, so once they manage their stress, definitely half of their immunity will be taken care. So it is a very wide complex. I would really just brief on certain herbs like ashwagandha. Ashwagandha has proven its metal in maintaining their stress levels. And also with the constant work pressure, they lose their focus. The cognitive function declines with the age and the stress and all. So for there is also a herb called Brahmi. So these two are the simple herbs which I can recommend you on the counter, that that will definitely helps to increase the quality of life as well as prevent from the infection as well.
And now during the COVID period, one thing that I've noticed is like the screen time has increased for everybody. So the sleep disorder also is a very, very common challenge. So Brahmi will help in that, is it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Ashwagandha and Brahmi are the good combination. Along with, there is one more called Amrit. That is a very good immune modulator. Irrespective of whether you are infected or fear of infection, or even if somebody is already in the emotional state, Amrit will be definitely a good simple herbs to maintain all these faculties.
Lovely. Very nice talking to you, Dr. Madhu. We will catch up more. And now I'd like to invite Mr. Gopal. I'm unmuting you, Mr. Gopal. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Gopal, that he is a chartered accountant by profession. I'll just put spotlight on him. Yeah. Hi. Um, so he's a chartered accountant by profession. He's joined the profession at a very young age of 22 years and has been over 17 years of experience, and he has started his career at Deloitte and is currently working with Oman Cement in its internal audit department. He has joined Art of Living Foundation in the year 2002 and has been with the organization for past 17 years. He teaches happiness course, yoga, corporate meditation programs, and he has over 10 years of teaching. So, Mr. Gopal, if you can tell, we heard so many, right? So, as a yoga instructor or a meditation instructor, how do you think that yoga and meditation will play a major role in people's life who are at workplace? Now, if you see that earlier it was all lockdown, now there are few lockdowns still are going on and few have opened up. So if you can cover all aspects.
See, as told by our panelists earlier, yoga definitely helps in handling the mind better. See, one of the biggest fears in this COVID period has been the anxiety. What will happen to me? Will I be able to retain this job? Will I be able to retain my income? So these have been the challenges people have gone through, apart from the health challenges of whether I'll contract this ailment or not. So these are the challenges which people have gone through. And we have spoken to many of them during our programs, happiness programs, the yoga programs. These are the challenges they share. And when they do this breathing exercises, meditation, and the yoga, what happens to them is they feel more relaxed, more peaceful. And the peace of mind really gives them the ability to overcome the anxiety. So that's what we have seen from the participants' experience. So yoga and meditation have definitely helped in this period of the COVID period. Especially now. Earlier also it used to help, but now people definitely need it. And more people practice this, they'll be able to handle their mind better, their emotions better, and be able to, live a more fulfilling life, full of joy, that happiness, that